Alright. Let's do this. And Pokemon Champions is coming out tonight. Let me see what time. Pokemon Champions release time. LA 20. Wait, so it's 8 p.m. Shit. Alright. Alright, well, I guess I'll go back live again at 8 p.m. tonight. Maybe sooner. Ooh, I don't have a team ready, bro. I have my troll team ready, but not a real team. Dude, it's over for me. Hey Francisco, how you doing? Let's open this up. Wow, it opened on the wrong monitor. Cool. Why did the game open on my second monitor? There we go. Honestly, wait, what part am I? Honestly, this is probably my favorite trial so far, I'm not gonna lie. It's actually been really entertaining. Let me get in so I can look at my court records. So basically, the first day we had to try to prove that our client was not a phantom thief and he didn't steal the urn. But in order to do that, we basically gave him an alibi. Be like, look, he was nowhere even near the museum. He wasn't the thief. He was actually at this one building, actually, this entire time, which happened at the same time as the robbery. There was absolutely no way where he could be at the museum. But turns out, our last piece of evidence to support that alibi, someone died at that place where we gave him the alibi. And he's the only one, because we gave him this alibi to get away from the museum, we've now fully supported, accidentally, that he is a murderer in this case. So like there was a theft and a murder happen at the same time. At first we thought it was only a theft. We denied him being a theft, but because we denied him being a theft, we basically just proved that he's a murderer, essentially. Accidentally. We're like, well, fuck. And this guy was like, no, please, I'm the thief. I stole the urn. Please, it was me, even though it wasn't him. But because it was better for him to be sentenced as a thief than to be sentenced as a murderer. And I was like, oh fuck, we just made things worse for him. Because we asked him, like, well, did you kill him? He's like, no, I went in there and then he was already dead. I was like, well, shit. God damn, I got 3 pages of evidence. I haven't seen this before, except in Lana Sky's case. But I'm assuming most of this is gonna be, like, this whole first page is gonna be mostly irrelevant. Like, this is probably gonna be irrelevant statue might be relevant. This is gonna be probably irrelevant. Camera data is gonna be relevant. The sword might be... I don't think it'll be relevant. It might be. The camera's irrelevant. And then, yeah, and then blackmail on, it's pretty irrelevant, I guess. Autopsy. Cerebral I don't even know what cerebral means or hemorrhaging even means. I think it just means head bleed. I think. Oh yeah, and then the first theft, because he was actually masked in maske, but he just didn't do the urn thief or the urn theft. So this is him. I don't know how that's gonna help me though. And there's no fingerprints on the buzzer, but it was pressed though. This was at the table of all of like monetary values of all the things that Ron did steal. My client, he did steal. But these money, they don't equate to the actual value of the thing. They're cheaper than the actual value of the item, so... Yeah, the buzzer went off at 1:02. He died at 1 AM? Is it exactly 1 AM? Yeah, and then from his second heist on, he was stealing as directed by blackmail. And then Adrian Andrews repaired the box because she accidentally broke it. And then she put the box on the floor? Wait, why is there this actually? Oh wait, no, she dropped it on the paint bucket, therefore, okay. And this is Ron, our client. Surprisingly. We already outed him out. Hates criminals and cowards more than anything. She did go out at 1 AM, didn't she say that at one point? She could have killed the CEO. Oh, shit. Hey, Nick! What is it this time? You won't believe how many people are here. Oh, well, it is a murder case. What are you gonna talk about? They're here for the trial next door. Next door? Why don't you know this, Nick? They're having Detective Atme's trial today. Detective Atme. They say they're going to try him as Masked Maske. Already? That was fast. Boy, I'd love to see Masked Maske's trial. I know. By the way, where's Pearls? Who said that? Oh, she went back home. She says she can't neglect her training anymore. I know you don't like me. Pearls really has gotten into her training lately, huh? Yeah, ever since that incident last year. Please don't ignore me! Oh, Mr. Delight, good morning. No one likes me. No one would notice me, even if I killed someone. Come on, don't be silly. Wait a sec. You don't mean... You're the murderer? No, I'm just a poor thief. No, wait, that's not right. A thief can't really be poor. Now let's see. According to Mr. Delight, from his second crime on, he was following a bunch of set plans. Plans that someone had been sending him to help him commit the heists. Do you really think there's a connection between the thief and the murderer, Nick? Has to be. It's possible, but today's trial is a race against the clock. Huh? How come? Let's just take our time like always. I'm afraid that's not an option. I mean, we still get, like, one more day after this, right? Theoretically. Court is now in session for the trial of Ron... Jesus Christ. For Mr. Ron Delight. The defense is ready, Your Honor. You're ready. Preparations is the last refuge of the weak. Okay, settle down, everyone. Let's begin with your opening statement. Mr. Godot? Ugh, he's got the judge in the palm of his hand. Yet again. Ron Delight is simply too young to be sent to war. That's all. What does that mean? I'm afraid I have no idea what that means, Mr. Godot. You need to get out more, Your Honor. Life is war. That is exactly why you must be more precise in your wording. That's all my statement means. You understand now, right? Yes, well then, let me briefly summarize the details of this case. Wow, the judge is taking charge like he knows what's going on for a change. The victim is Kane Bullard, the CEO of KB Security. His body was found in a safe at approximately 9 a.m. on the morning of the 13th. However, the time of death was estimated as 1 a.m. of the previous day. You mean the same day? Oh wait, no, wait. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So he's been in that safe for like 30 hours. And that's when our little lost kitten dropped the ball. That little lost kitten is, of course, the defendant. Very well then, Mr. Godot, please call your first witness. I never drink more than 17 cups of coffee during any given trial. Jesus, he's gonna... Is he gonna have a heart attack? But the first one is always the best. Mr. Godot, your witness? Okay then, let's hear what the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight, has to say for himself. You can do that? The defendant? Well, Mr. Wright, does the defense have any objections? It may be a bit of a disadvantage having the defendant testify, but I'm okay with it. I remember when Mia was defending me. She allowed me to testify so she could do the cross-examination. She put a lot of trust in me back then. We have no objections, Your Honor. The defense will allow Mr. Delight to testify. Here comes my favorite case in culprit prosecutor. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, so far, this is probably my favorite case so far, I'm not gonna lie. My favorite one, I guess before this, would have been the Steel Samurai from the first game. You've got guts, Trite. Alright then, Mr. Ron Delight, please take the stand. I don't know what's gonna happen. You did it, didn't you? Yes. What? No, that's not true. For a moment there, I thought we'd set the record for the shortest trial ever. Well, Mr. Delight already looks plenty guilty with that face he's making. And once he opens his big mouth, he'll probably put the last nail in his own coffin. Very well. Now then, can you tell me something? If you didn't kill Bullard, why did you go to KB Security? Well, that's kind of hard to say. Boy, I wish I could go home. Now then, let's hear some testimony about what happened. This is the only case starts with a non-murder trial? Yeah, I was so confused by the, when trial started, I was like, wow, there's actually, this is the first time I'm doing something with no murder involved. And then it just escalated into this, and I was like, oh my god, this is actual cinema. That evening, around 1 a.m., I went to see Mr. Bullard in his office at KB Security. The blackmail letter I got, it ordered me to go there. I'd been working for KB Security until a year ago, so I knew where his office was. That's it? Okay. 1 a.m., the exact time the murder took place. The weak get washed away by the tides of fate. The strong drink it up. It's bitter today, too. Just like my destiny. You'd never know that from the way he's chugging it down. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you please. Well, I'm not sure what I can pick out of this, though. That evening around 1 a.m., I went to see Mr. Bullard in his office at KB Security. 1 a.m., huh? You're absolutely sure about that? Yes, that's what my watch said when I entered the CEO's office. No. Actually, I'm not really sure. My watch was slow, and my internal clock was also a bit... Oh my god. Missed anything? Nope, just started. 1 a.m. That's the exact time the victim, Mr. Bullard, was murdered, correct? It's too late for a coffee date, that's for sure. The blackmail letter I got, it ordered me to go there. It ordered you to go there? It was the first time I had gotten blackmail letter that ordered me to go somewhere. Does that mean you've gotten other blackmail letters then? Oh, of course. They'd say things like, steal this or take this. Ahaha, why don't you save those for later, Mr. Delight? Please don't say anything more. Now, what should I do? What was in this blackmail? We should probably tell them to mention, like, the 50K, right? Or, like all this other stuff. Hey, Blue, how you doing? Are you feeling better? Right? Because he only said he went to KB Security at 1 a.m. I think we should press him, and hopefully he just talks about, like, all this other stuff. Because I think then that'll kind of help him, where, like, he was forced, forced to go there. Yup, nice. So, what did the blackmail letters in question say? It said to bring 50K. Money. A perfect motive for committing murder. Oh, but wait! I never intended to pay that money anyway. Oh, is that right? After all, he had nothing to hold over my head. I had nothing to be afraid of. An important point indeed. Witness, let's have that added to your testimony. Yes, sir. A muddy mudskipper in outer space has a better chance of surviving than I do. What does that even mean? The character's a weird, like, Mo, you should always press harder. I always press on everyone on it. I think there was only one case where I got punished for pressing. I forgot which case it was. Was it Lana Sky case? I forgot, but then when I got punished for pressing, I was like, oh, fuck. I'm scared of pressing, but it was only for that case. The blackmail threat didn't scare me. It wasn't going to cause me trouble or anything. Just what were you being blackmailed about anyway? The blackmail letter said if you don't want your identity revealed, correct? I'm sure it was referring to the whole Mas de Masque thing, but I wasn't worried. Mr. Bullard didn't have anything on me. He didn't? Anyway, I don't care what anyone says about me. Just as long as Desi believes in me. Oh no. So that's why Miss Delight didn't believe he was Mas de Masque. That's why I knew they were just hollow threats. I'd been working for KP Security until a year ago, so I knew where his office was. You used to be a security chief for KB Security, right? Yes, that's right. A security chief. You. And yet, a year ago, you were fired without notice. Revenge for an old grudge? A perfect motive for murder, wouldn't you say? This isn't good. Maybe I should change the subject. I actually don't know why he was fired. Why was he fired? Mr. Delight, please tell us why you were fired from your job. Well... The world is filled with those who have said, I wish I'd never asked that. That was bad? Okay, then I take it back. Defendant, please answer the question. I needed money. Oh yeah, I remember, he did tell me. You needed money? Well, you see, Desi loves to spend it. It's kind of her hobby. Not exactly the best hobby in the world, huh, Nick? My salary wasn't nearly enough, so I stole data from the company. True! That's kind of based. I do the same thing. Nothing... If I worked at Google, I'd be stealing data and I'd be selling that shit. Be making bank every day. Come again? AP Security has a lot of security info on all sorts of companies. And since I was a security team chief, you stole some data and sold it. But Mr. Bullard found out and I was fired immediately. Oh, so this was while he was working. Oh, that's pretty bad. I thought this was after the fact. But this was during. Oh, that's pretty bad. What? I wish I'd never asked that. I was somehow able to keep it secret. It made it seem like I had quit on my own. What is it, Nick? You don't look so good. Someone who brings harm to their company is fired as punishment. You do well to remember that. He sure told you. So you admit you stole data from your company, is that correct? Don't let bro work on a security company? True. Oh wait, but isn't Larry Butts also, like, working there? Yes, I'm sorry. This is a very important fact. Please add it to your testimony. Oh man, this whole thing just took a big turn for the worse, crashed and blew up. It's gonna take the jaws of life to rip this case from the clutches of disaster. He fired me for selling company secrets, but Desi doesn't know about that. Why would you do something like that? Well, for Desi's hobby, what else? Wasting money, huh? It's not a waste! So Miss Delight doesn't know that her husband was fired, does she? So it would seem. I'm not sure what to think about couples who keep secrets like that from each other. I can't believe it. This case has gone this case has even... Jesus, I can't read. This case has gotten even Maya to think seriously about couples. Please try to stay focused, Mr. Wright. There wasn't much to his testimony, was there? Not really. It sounded like he's avoiding something. At least, that's what it sounds like to me. But if he's trying to avoid something, and we're trying to save him, we should probably avoid what he's avoiding. You know what I mean? Uh-oh, I've got a bad feeling about this. We better be careful. But if we don't find a way to make him... We don't want him to spill the beans. What are we talking about? We'll never get closer to the truth. Well... I mean, he didn't do it, I guess. Alright, so what was that added part? This part. He fired me for selling company secrets, but Destiny doesn't know about that. I got a whole lot of nothing. I can show him the list. If you don't, I'll take that red diamond you received the other day instead. Wait. Wasn't going to cause me trouble or anything. I wonder what this... Wait. I'll take that red diamond you received the other day. Would she be... Well, it's not... She's not a red diamond you just received. I'm surprised they haven't even mentioned the red diamond at all. It's not one of these. This is a portrait, this is a hand, this is an artifact. I mean, it would have to be the Tear of Eminon. What even the fuck is that? I'm assuming it's real. Tear of Eminon. It's not a spoiler. What the hell am I looking at? Okay, it's a made-up thing. I should see an anime cover. You saw the two cheaters in your Discord server? Yeah, I know. I woke up and I was like, there's no way these two got the exact same, like, Wordle pattern. Actually shameless. They're gonna be banned from doing Wordle for the next 2 years. The fuck you mean? Yeah, you're one of them. You know how suspicious... I already called you two out for cheating, and then the next thing you do is like, oh yeah, we have the exact same pattern together. I did it before him, not when I looked. The blackmail threat didn't scare you. Why do you say that again?
Objection!
I woke up before him as well. Wait, this is new. Wait, why am I skipping through? You were the one who stole company secrets only 1 year. But that was all over with once I was fired. But it's true that the fact that I stole secrets was kept under wraps. There was no reason for me to pay up now a whole year later. Is that really true? What is it, Nick? The fact that Ron was stealing company data, I wonder if he would have had a problem if he ever became public knowledge. Okay, I thought I was just repeating what I just saw. I didn't think this was new. I wonder if he would have had a problem if that ever became public knowledge. It would, because then Desi would know. Because that's what I was trying to find, because I'm trying to, like, connect this to Desi. I believe he would have been in considerable trouble, Mr. Delight, if your identity as a company data thief was made public. Mr. Wright, what are you trying to do? Why are you bullying your own client? Ah, men are like colonies of bacteria. The more heat you apply, the faster they grow. That's exactly right. Well then, Feel free to keep up the heat, my little lawyer amigo. Little lawyer amigo? Yes, now come on. Provide some evidence to back up your assertion. Why would Mr. Delight want to keep his data stealing secret from going public? Can I just present her? Mr. Delight, what you said just now doesn't match up what you told me yesterday. Huh? What doesn't? I think you must have been scared, very scared, of having a certain person find out your secret. A certain person. Miss Desiree Delight, the defendant's wife. Wow, but listen to me, my Desi, she's... Looks like if I just sit back and relax, the fun will end before it truly begins. Godot. Yes, we know. It was all your wife's fault. Ooh, what do you mean? Mr. Delight stole company data to pay for his wife's spending habits, for which he was fired. Unable to face his own wife, someone used his dirty little secret to blackmail him. And that is how this murder came about. Oh, No, everything is falling neatly into place for him. Don't talk about my Desi like that, or you'll be sorry. Okay. Well, it seems that we've learned a great deal of things here so far. What do you think, Nick? I didn't think it was possible to get so thoroughly whipped in just 20 minutes. Clearly, there was sufficient motive for murder. He stole data for his wife, and he killed to protect his secret. A family man who cared just a little too much. The motive is clear. Let's move on. What happened at the crime scene at 1 in the morning, Mr. Delight? Your Honor, guilty. Let me clarify, you should know the culprit at this point. I have my guesses. I mean, like, to be fair, it sucks that it's just, it kind of suffers into one of those things where, like, well, the fact that we don't have that many other characters, it's kind of obvious at this point. I'm all ears. The culprit is May. When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there. Although, that does look like Detective Atme. Suddenly, I was hit on the forehead. After that, I remember being a bit dazed. If I hadn't been wearing that, I would have been killed. Could it have been Detective Atme? Shouldn't this box have paint on it? If I had been wearing that, I would have been killed. Wait, if I hadn't been... I don't know what he said. When I came to, Mr. Bullard was lying there, dead. I see. Suddenly hit on the forehead, huh? I believe the detective from yesterday provided similar testimony. He said that Mas Dimasque struck him on the head from behind. But it was actually from the front. And so did Ron Delight. Of course, since Admi turned out to be the culprit himself, that was all a lie. Ah, no one's going to believe a pathetic lie like that. What are you saying? I really was attacked. We'll find out if what you say is true or not during the cross-examination. Got that, Mr. Trite? Don't go easy just because he's your client. If I see any signs that you are, I'll treat you to another cup of my special blend. Oh no, not again! Not again! You don't need to worry about that, Mr. Godot. I have faith in Ron. I know he didn't do it. Okay, I missed that one part that he said. The shadow there, suddenly I was hit on the forehead. After that, I remember being dazed. If I hadn't been wearing that, okay. He didn't even say, okay. Let's start from the beginning. When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there. Who was this suspicious shadow? If there was 1,000 of me, and if even one knew, I'd tell you, trust me. His dodging all our questions is not helping us win this case. Okay then, how was the victim, Mr. Bullard, at that time? What do you mean by how was he? Was he already dead? Was he still alive? Maybe he was the one who hit you in the first place. That's a good question. What do you think, Mr. Wright? Forget it. What do I think? I mean, if this was at 1 a.m., I don't think it was Mr. Bullard. I don't think he was in the room. Suddenly, I was hit on the forehead. After that, I remember being a bit dazed. For asking the question back? Yeah, like, come on, dude. I'm asking you the questions. You're on the witness stand. Your forehead. Yes, I was hit on the forehead as soon as I entered the room. It was an amazingly fast and powerful attack. Kind of like a quick attack. Do you remember anything about who hit you? Well, like I said, it was a fast and powerful hit. Oh, it was an Arcanine with extreme speed. So, I think I was a little dazed for a while. He flinched. I don't think Mr. Delight even grasped at what you were asking. Yeah, I'd like to show him a fast and powerful attack myself. Maybe that would knock some sense back into him. True. If I hadn't been wearing that, I would have been killed. That. Could you please clarify what you're referring to? Why, my Masque de Masque costume, of course. So he showed up wearing the outfit. Okay. Whoa, wait, just a moment. Masque de Masque? Huh? Oh, did I forget to mention it before? Just to be on the safe side, I dressed as Masque de Masque. And then I descended upon the office of the CEO of KB Security. What? I didn't know he was wearing the outfit. Nick, did you know about this? He never told me this. I don't recall him ever mentioning it to me either. Even I didn't know that. It seems our little friend really loves to keep secrets. Oh yeah, you got hit with the fake out. Self-report? I mean, like, honestly, he's been self-reporting this entire time. Like, the first day of the trial, he's like, it was me, I was the thief. You gotta believe me. I'm sorry, I just never had a chance to mention it up until now. Wait, that's not right. You know how sometimes things just slip your mind? Ah, my 6th cup of coffee is staring at me coldly. Oh, wait, I gotta drink my drink. Your Honor, slam the verdict. I've seen enough. It was him. At any rate, we can't ignore this new piece of evidence. Witness, please correct your testimony. I'd have been... I guess I just repressed this, right? I would have been killed if I wasn't wearing my Masque de Masque costume. Why were you dressed up as Masque de Masque? Why, because I'm Masque de Masque, of course. What are you talking about? Masque de Masque's trial is being held next door. Yes, I guess so. Anyway, at that time, I thought I was being blackmailed over the Masque de Masque issue. So I thought I should go as him just to be safe. I see. Wait. I still don't know what this red diamond is, though. So I thought I should go as him just to be safe. Oh boy. Let me tell you, it's a real pain to move around with that cape. That's why it took a lot longer than I'd expected. Wait, took a lot longer? Wait, what do you mean? Press harder. So, like, did you not show up at 1 o'clock exactly? What do you mean by took a lot longer? Oh, opening the safe of... Oh my god. I always wondered what Godot drinks is, espresso or pure Americano. I'm pretty sure, I think he said it's just black. I think it's just black coffee. Wallahi, bro. I'm pretty sure it's just black coffee. Of all the things he said. My cape got caught on the safe door, you see. Wait, what? This all happened when I was hiding Mr. Bullard's body. Okay, you don't have to say that. What was that? Back up a second. Yes? You were the one that hid the body in the safe? Well, yeah? Inconceivable! This is my client? Bro, where's that JJK meme? I need that right now. JJK court meme. I need that shit right now. Okay, I gotta go on YouTube. Can I get a full screen of this? This is my client, bro? Come on, bro! I gotta defend this guy? Bro! Why? Just why? What reason could you have? What were you thinking? Question. When does someone toss their dirty shorts in the washing machine? You just throw it in, don't you? What? The answer is simple. When they take them off. Alright, here's my question. When do you throw your underwear in the washing machine? As usual, I have no idea what you're saying. Do you mean that Mr. Delight hid the body because he's the murderer? Ah, so you're not as stupid as you look. His metaphor this time was really obscure. Mr. Wright, you don't mean that you knew about this whole safe business, do you? Oh, well, yeah, you know, like... Why am I the only one not in the loop here? Witness, make sure you add this to your testimony. Oh, shit. Uh-oh, looks like a storm front is moving in over the Fairweather Judge. I panicked and hid the body in the safe. It took about 10 minutes. So when did he enter the room? Was it was like exactly 1 a.m., right? So if he... Well, that was initially. How long was he knocked out for? Did he say? Let me see. I was passing the corner of the room. Do you know when your assailant made their escape into where? I'm afraid I really don't remember, huh? Wait, this is new. Once they hit me, I lost all track of what was going on. I think that's when they made their escape. Ah, that's certainly a convenient story for you, isn't it? It certainly is, isn't it, Mr. Wright? It almost sounds practiced. I don't know why you're telling me. Alright, so I don't know how long he's passed out for. Bro's cooked, fried, boiled, steamed, grilled, seasoned with every word he says. Yeah, he just needs to stop talking. Why did I agree for him to be a witness, or like be on the witness stand? Present the alarms to 10 minutes? Yeah, cause that's what I'm thinking. Well, after I press this. Because, like... This was pressed at 1:02. So, like the timeline doesn't really match up. Because that's why I was trying to figure out, like, how long he was passed out for. Because the button should have been pressed at 1:02. A tier list on how good Ace Attorney characters would be good at Among Us. This guy would be the worst one. He'd be the first one to be kicked. And he'd be a crewmate. Or did murderer press the button? That's the question there. Probably to frame him. I mean, that's what I would assume. But I don't know who pressed the button, though. Clearly, it's not Ron. You would think Bullard pressed the button. But he died... I don't know if this is exactly 1 a.m. or around 1 a.m. I'm gonna assume it's around 1 a.m. I think that's safe to say. Because when Ron walked in the room... To be fair, I guess the dead body could have been there, right? But I'm pretty sure he walked in exactly at 1 a.m. All he saw was a dark figure. Which was probably... Let's just pretend it's Detective Atme, because for some reason the shadow looks like him. knocked him out, killed Bullard, and then pressed the button? I find that hard to believe. And especially this is a blunt, cerebral hemorrhaging from blunt trauma. It sounds like he was just tortured. I don't think that's insta-kill, is it? Hey Chris, how you doing? Or the type of guy who would bring up a random fun fact and somehow links to a murder scene? Yeah, true. I talk about like this brooch or whatever. It's like, oh yeah, I used that to kill the guy. Theoretically, metaphorically. Like, dude, you don't need to say that. But we'll see. Maybe it'll say something that'll help me with the timeline. Why did you hide the body in the safe anyway? Well, because it wouldn't fit in the drawer. Dude, come on, just stop talking. That's not exactly what I meant. When I saw that corpse, I kind of lost it. I thought if they find his corpse, they'll think I did it. Ah, I think you had a simpler reason than that. It's because you killed him. That's why you spent 10 minutes hiding the body. That certainly makes more sense. Hold on. 10 minutes. What is it, Nick? I just had a thought. Under those circumstances, would you normally try to hide the body? Not really. And spend 10 whole minutes to do it. Under those circumstances? What circumstances? Oh, hey Nick, if you think his behavior was so strange, why don't you present some evidence that would show what those circumstances were? Yeah. I'll take a look at the court, yeah. Because... well, the thing is... I wouldn't be surprised we'll just have to draw it out of him. I just hope he doesn't make anything more complicated. What are we playing today? We're playing Ace Attorney right now. And then later tonight, I think it's like 8 p.m. my time, Pacific, we're gonna be playing Pokemon Champions right when it releases. I have like... I'm not ready for it. I have a troll team ready, but I didn't even make a legit team. Shall we reach the truth? Oh, no. Let me figure this out. I'll be asking a lot of questions. You don't have to answer any of my questions. I'm gonna be saying... yeah, because I'm just saying like my thought process. Right? So then you understand, like, what I'm thinking. You could just sit there, smile, laugh at me. But, yeah. I'm gonna be saying a lot of things. You don't have to answer them. You can only answer them if it's something that I should really know already. Like, if it's like, oh, what's Ron's last name? Oh, yeah, it's Delight. Oh, yeah. Oh, I should have known that. Yeah, I knew that. Let's see. I answered that they're suspicious. Came to, Bullard was lying there, dead. I panicked, and it took 10 minutes. But the problem is, which one of these... oh, right. The behavior is so strange. It's like, why would you hide the body if it takes 10 minutes when you can just press the button? I see the logic there. I see what Phoenix is saying there. Objection! Your Honor, could you please take a look at this record? Well, I guess then I should show the list. What would this be? The record for the emergency buzzer that connects the CEO office to security. If the button in the office is pressed, a security team is supposed to come running. And according to this record, the buzzer was pushed once at 1:02 a.m. Oh, wait. It probably didn't work. Because it was pressed. And Larry didn't even hear it. But it's so loud that any dumbass, even a dumbass like Larry, would have heard it. I see. Whoa, what? If Mr. Ron Delight truly was the murderer, he would have ran as soon as that buzzer sounded. Yeah, because loud as fuck. After all, a security guard would have been heading his way. Ah, let's remember who we're dealing with here. He probably had no idea there were security personnel in the building. You're at a security building. Up until 1 year ago, my client was working as a chief of security. There's no way he wouldn't have known about them. He also knew the safe code. But, as it turns out, the guard never came. That was nothing more than a coincidence. The fact the guard was a pathetic loser, who had just gotten punched in the face by his ex... and wasn't anywhere in the vicinity was not something Mr. Delight could have known.
Objection!
Again, remember who we're dealing with here. I'm sure I bet that Mr. Delight didn't even notice the buzzer going off. This buzzer extremely loud, there's no way he could have ignored something like that. If he had been conscious, that is. Conscious? What do you mean by that? Fine, let's hear your theory. Leigh was outside with his lover? Oh, yeah. But I feel like it was so loud, I feel like you could hear it outside. Maybe not. Recall the defendant's testimony. The moment he entered the victim's office, someone attacked him. Mr. Delight said he felt dazed. I'm willing to wager that he was knocked unconscious for at least a few minutes. Unconscious. So he fainted, yes. That's why Mr. Delight didn't know that the buzzer had sounded. And that's why he thought he had time to hide the body. So, what are you trying to say? Mr. Delight was knocked out and the buzzer went off soon afterwards. Now, unless my client was able to hit the buzzer while he was unconscious, it can only mean that there was another person in that room. That's right, whoever it was, they knocked out Ron Delight, then pressed the buzzer. I believe it. No fingerprints while on the button. Order in the court, Mr. Wright. This is preposterous. It was this kid. Ron Delight is the one who killed Kane Bullard. Then who pressed the buzzer? It was the victim, of course. He pressed the buzzer when the defendant attacked him. He didn't die right away. He must have held on long enough to push that button. That's what I was thinking, honestly. So Kane Bullard sounded the buzzer himself. What is your opinion on this, Mr. Wright? I need to prove that the real criminal was there at the scene, but how? Can I prove that it wasn't Kane Bullard who sounded the buzzer? I mean, probably the fact there's no fingerprints, but you could easily wipe it off, right? I'll take the risk. I can prove it. If it's not it, then who the fuck knows? The defense's opinion is this, Your Honor. The piece of evidence proves that it wasn't the victim who sounded the buzzer. No fingerprints. I believe this is the piece of incontrovertible evidence you were looking for. Incontrovertible. The emergency buzzer? Is there some kind of clue on it? Absolutely not. Hey, come on now. At least give some thought to what you say before opening your mouth. The fact that there are absolutely no clues is itself the clue. Now, I'm the one who's clueless. This button has no fingerprints on it. If Mr. Bullard had really pressed it himself, naturally, he would have left his fingerprints behind.
Objection!
Ron Delight obviously wipes them off. Why would he? A guard could have come in at any moment. He touched that button. I know he did. The defendant, Mr. Delight, was dressed as Masque de Masque. And Masque de Masque always wears gloves. What reason could he possibly have had to wipe the button free of his fingerprints? I see. Because we already ruled out Ron. He can't press the button. He's dead. Or unconscious. Bullard can't press the button because he's dead. Because if he was able to press the button, let's say he's like crawling around like a zombie, he would have left a fingerprint. I see. So then there was a third person in the room. Order. It would seem I've been forced to eat crow. I wonder what blend number crow-flavored coffee is. However, if the real killer was there at the scene, why would that person press the emergency buzzer? To frame my client, obviously. Shouldn't they have run away without putting themselves in extra danger? What's with this awkward silence all of a sudden? He's just dumb. Ah, it looks like you're fresh out of parlor tricks. They're on to you, Nick. Just give me a minute to collect my thoughts. Come on, it's obvious. They're trying to frame him. The real culprit killed Mr. Bullard around 1 a.m. And Mr. Delete just happened to waltz in when the murder was taking place, right? What if the murderer, let's just say it's Detective Atme, was the one that sent this blackmail letter? And Kane Bullard wasn't even expecting Ron Delight, Mask Mask or whatever, to show up. Like, he had no idea all this other stuff was happening. Mr. Delight just happened to waltz in when the murder was taking place, right? The killer clobbered Mr. Delight, and then sounded the buzzer. Even though security was supposed to respond right away if the buzzer was pressed, security was supposed to respond. Time's up, Mr. Wright. Let's hear what you have to say. Very well, then. You know, Larry also got clobbered. By his girlfriend's boyfriend. Oh ho, you've got some guts. I like that in an opponent. Why did the real killer sound the emergency buzzer? To call the security guard, obviously, right? I mean, these two options are kind of dumb. They didn't mean to? Yeah, right. Unless they had a struggle. To frame? Duh? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. This is kind of dumb. They didn't mean to. I mean, I guess it's plausible. Because, I mean, this... I mean, the guy that died, like, he's a chonky boy. So, like, he might have had problems killing him, I guess. Especially if it was just a blunt object used. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Fuck. Fuck. I didn't mean to click that. Why did I click that? I'm gonna close my eyes. I didn't mean to do this. Just take me back.
Objection.
Just take me back. 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 I don't want it. That didn't happen. There we go. To call the security guard. You fumbled? Okay, look. I don't know why I clicked it. I just felt like clicking it. The killer knew that if they pressed the button, a guard would come running. Maybe someone sticked his nose somewhere they didn't mean to. Nah, this whole thing was set up. It's a little too convenient, though. The killer knew that if they pressed the button, a guard would come running. And that was exactly what they wanted. Yeah. Do you mean to say the killer called the guard on purpose? Yes. Although, as it turned out, he never showed up. Because he was getting his clock cleaned at the time. Ah, what a touching story. You're saying the killer had a change of heart and called the guard to turn himself in. No, I'm not. When that buzzer sounded, there were 3 people in that office. The victim, Kane Bullard, who was already dead. The defendant, Ron Delight, who was out cold. And the third person, the real killer. Hypothetically, yes. Now then, in this situation, if the real killer made me escape, what would happen? The only ones left in the room would be the victim and Ron Delight. And if any security guard came running in at that time, they would think I was the murderer. Yes, that was precisely the real killer's objective. To frame Ron Delight for the murder. Exactly. Got him. I was kind of scared for a second. I thought I was gonna have a comeback. Order, order, order. Ah, it would seem I've been made to eat my words once again. Actually, you've been made to do a spit take with a cup of coffee. Mr. Wright, who was it? Who was it that tried to frame me? Wait. Wait a second. I'm the one and only Master Maske, so... Nick, you mean the real killer is... We're going to drag that person in here right now. But who is it? I don't have any solid proof yet, but think about it. The killer knew Mr. Delight's identity, and they also knew that he had been called to KB security that night. It's Desi, right? So the killer used him to execute a well-crafted plan to murder Kane Bullard. Now then, let's hear your accusation, Mr. Wright. Who was it that framed Mr. Delight for the murder of Kane Bullard?
But the shadow is him, though. If you don't get the kill, I have doubts about your strategy. No, the problem is, my instinct says it's Desiree, but the shadow of the thing was clearly at me. But the thing is,
This happened. Wait, who was that? It has to be Desiree. Admin wasn't even here. Theoretically, potentially. I don't fucking know anymore. Because there's the security camera. Took a picture. That's at me right there. Most likely. Do I have another photo?
But at the same time, the box he's holding doesn't have the paint on it. So now I'm just more confused. It's just a coin flip. At least for me. Let's be for real. Do you really think Admi's nose would fit in the mask? I mean, if you like fold it, right? But let's say if it's not Admi, who could it be? No way it's... No way it's Desiree, right? She was out at 1 AM. But then why would Atmi lie? Well, he's a crazy guy. You know, I got some HP on me. At least I got down to 2. I'm gonna save scum. It is what it is. Oh wait, I can't save scum. Fuck. It is what it is. We'll just roll the dice. If Moscade knocked at me out with a crime on the back of the head. This was before 1 AM. But the thing is, the urn was in his office, though. That's the thing. It was in his office. It is kind of weird that Desiree knew that it was in his office. Wait. The thief case? Do you need a hint? No, I don't think I need a hint. I mean, it's a 50-50 for me. So I'll lose some HP if I'm wrong. No big deal. Because she was traveling at night around 1 AM. She knew about the bag in Atmi's office. We know she has a shopping spree.
So did she legit just do nothing at home and just buy stuff? No way. She probably also has a job. Dude, I don't fucking know anymore. Let's just go with her. I don't fucking know. We'll roll the dice. Naturally, the true culprit was none other than Ron's Delight's wife, Desiree. What? Why, that's simply... Mr. Wright, have you gone insane?
Objection.
Are you forgetting something, Mr. Trite? Excuse me? Where was Desiree Delight at 1 a.m. that night? Yeah, she was out motorcycling. Fuck, so she was the one that stole the urn. The thing is, her alibi is kinda ass, I can't lie. She has motorcycle? Yeah, but like, you know, like, I feel like her alibi is kinda ass. It's me on God. No, it's not. She was at the police station for almost the entire night. She was being questioned after being stopped for reckless riding. I have a record of it here. Give me that shit. I forgot all about that. It seems that senility may be setting in early for you, Mr. Wright. Okay, whatever. We know the other one. My mouse died. That's me. That's me. Who was it? Okay. I guess it was the shadow. Luke at me. How is he there, though? Detective Luke at me. He's the only one who could have done it. Ace detective. Luke at me? You mean Master Maske did it? Your Honor, the person being tried in the court next to us is not Master Maske at all. He is, in actuality, the true murderer of Kane Bullard. Oh my god, so who the fuck was the one that stole the urn? Fuck! Forgot a moment how low Mr. Caffeine Man's voice truly was. Right, I'd assume it's low. So I just... Even your mouse can handle this? I know. My mouse disconnects like, man, fuck you, man. You're stupid. The shadow wasn't lying, dude. I know. I saw the shadow. I was like, dude, it's... I know it's Detective Atme's shadow, but how is it him? Like, I can't put that together. Because I thought we, like, doubled down, proved, like, last court or trial stage or whatever. Like, yeah, this dumbass was the one in the museum. But I guess not! Order, Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Theft and murder. Which is more a serious crime? They're not even close. Murder is the more serious crime, of course. It's a capital crime subject to a capital punishment. Please remember the trial from yesterday, if you would. When Luke Atme confessed, there was a huge commotion in the courtroom. Of course, a famous detective was unmasked as well as Master Maske. Instead of being convicted of murder, he was found guilty of grand larceny. And he was happy? Oh. That was his true objective all along. So these two fuckers are playing the same game. Both Detective Atme and Ron Delight. They're both trying to claim that they were the thief. So then they would get a lighter sentence. Holy shit, this case has layers. To be found guilty? Master Maske had the perfect alibi for when the murder took place. He was stealing the urn at Lordly Taylor. In other words, being found guilty as Master Maske was Luke Atme's airtight, watertight, and unassailable alibi. A guilty verdict as an alibi? It even fooled me. You know, it's almost time. For what? Luke Atme's verdict. It was a pretty simple trial after all. If we're going to stop this trial and stall that one, we need to do it now. Of course, that's assuming you have proof that the detective was the one who committed the murder. Oh, shit. Mr. Luke Atme's trial has indeed attracted the attention of the entire country. If we were to intrude and fail to provide adequate proof of his true crime, Mr. Delight would be left with no grounds for appeal. Am I really sure about this? Ah, a bet's only good when your life's the aunt. Mr. Wright, I believe in you. Mr. Delight. So please, I'm begging you. Thanks, but my decision will determine the rest of your life. Can I really risk your life like this? Phoenix! What was that? Don't stray, Phoenix! For your client, take the path of trust. That voice, it sounded like... Mia! Your Honor, the defense requests an immediate recess. Ah, so that's your answer, huh? Very well. I've decided as well. This court will now take a 20-minute recess. Mr. Wright, when we return, please summon Mr. Luke at me to the stand. Oh, shit. Yes, Your Honor. Who's Mia? His mentor. She died in the first game. I hate Mia. She's alright. So are we gonna have Maya just channel her or get pearls? Every time Phoenix has to do something himself, that Mia woman comes in and ruins it. Oh my god, this is on the other court.
Well, Detective Acme?
I have to say, Mr. Payne, you performed splendidly.
Oh no, Sir Detective Acme. You were the one who...
Who the fuck is this, Thor? That's enough. This court sees no reason to further prolong this trial. This court finds the defendant Luke at me. Wait! Don't hand down your verdict yet, please. Well, sir lawyer, welcome to my courtroom. Who's this hoser, huh? My name is Phoenix Wright, attorney at law, and I wish to file an accusation against this man, Luke at me.
Accusation? You accuse Mask Demaske?
That man is not Mask Demaske. He's just a ruthless murderer. What? Oh. Shit. To be continued? Shit. October 14th, 12:14 p.m.
My sis?
I could have sworn I heard Mia's voice.
So then she's still alive, inside your heart.
Nicky boy. Okay, look, I'm sorry. I kind of accused you at first, but you know, let bygones be bygones, okay? Oh, Miss Delight, is it true that the detective is the real killer? To be honest, we don't have any definitive proof, but he's the only one who could have done it.
But wasn't he at Lordly Taylor that night?
Not to mention we don't exactly know his motive.
I mean, why would Detective Atme want to kill Kane Bullard?
This is... Man, I gotta figure all this out, dude. I don't know anything. It's almost time. Better get back to the courtroom. I need to find some solid proof, and it's gotta happen sooner rather than later. Or I actually have no idea. Do I have anything on me? I mean, it has to be, right? Why does Luke at me wants the KB Security CEO guy dead? I mean, it's gotta be something in this thing. Kane's List, Schindler's List, the Tear of Eminem Jewel, Crown of Bug... 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 5th heist, right? And then... Luke at me got one of the stuff back from Ron Delight, which was the portrait of Magina. So did he want the money for it? No way. That can't be right. Must be something else. This is a court case. Wait, this is a court-based case. You shouldn't know anything. I prefer court-based case than investigative ones. Honestly, I agree with you there. I hate the ones where like the investigation period take a way too long. Especially like the clown one. Who at me has the ring? Yeah. 'Cause it's the one on the blackmail letter. I know that. But like no one's really mentioned it.
But would that mean the blackmail letter was supposed to go to Detective at me? If you don't, I'll take that red diamond you received the other day. Received? What does it mean by received? Stole?
But then why would it be in... Why would it be in Ron's room? Because only... I'd assume it was Kane Bullard that was sending him orders to steal things? Or would it be at me stuff? Ron is a blackmailer too? Yeah, because he's got all these other ones. From the second heist on. But it's like, who was the one telling him to? No, it was at me, right? Because the gem and the thief.
Well, actually, it could be, right? Adme could have seen this newspaper clippings, and then he got pissed. He's like, my fucking name isn't on this thing. Why is Mas Damaske getting all the attention and not me? Oh wait, this is the Tear of Eminon. It's blue.
So it's probably like... I know where your secret identity is. So then we don't... Wait. So... I don't think I'll know for sure until we're able to just strip this guy into pieces and figure out what his true identity is. An ace detective... His name's literally Look At Me, and his song is I Just Want Love. Yeah, so that's why I think, like, he probably saw the newspaper clipping. He's like, what the fuck? That should be me. So does that mean he was blackmailing Ron Delight to get all the stuff? Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, that's what it is. He's the one, after this one, because he saw this, he's like, fuck this guy. I want to be on the newspaper. He's been blackmailing, and then after this, he's like, I know what to do. I'll tell him exactly how to steal these things. Because it's, oh my god, I figured it out. Because he would always, because when Ron gets the piece, he always puts it in the mail. And then he gets money back. So he's basically sending, like, all the stuff to Look At Me. Look At Me gets, he's like, look guys, I'm the ace detective. I got the thing.
Holy shit.
So then what the fuck happened on this fifth heist? He just didn't do Ron Delight didn't get the blackmail from Atme. But instead... Okay, that part I don't know. We'll figure that out.
But at least I got... It seems like I got half of it right, though. I don't know his connection with Kane Bullard. Maybe Kane Bullard's trying to protect Ron Delight, but how would he know that? I don't know.
Look at me, please take the stand. Well, well, how do you do, sir lawyer? I never would have thought to see you acting so recklessly. I couldn't let them hand down your verdicts just yet. Not when it would have given you your perfect alibi. An alibi by the name of Masked Demaske. I'm sorry, I'm afraid even the great Luke Atme has no idea what you mean. Of course, I have been in the next courtroom ever since 10 o'clock this morning. I'm afraid there's no way I could have known what's been going on in here. You've been in the defendant's seat all day long, correct? Being tried as Masked Demaske. Indeed, it's truly child's play to fool the ignorant masses. Not only did the poor fools ask me to protect their valuables, they even gave me a generous reward upon returning their own property to them. Wait. Hold on. Didn't Ron say he only got 10k off the tier of Eminon? That's what he said, right? He got 10k? Like, he's been only getting like 10% of all these prices. Dude, he's getting ripped off. He got ripped off. Take this red diamond ring that sparkles upon my divine finger, for example. So you would continue to insist that you are in fact Masked Demaske? Of course. Very well then, look at me. Let us begin with this simple question. On October 12th at 1 AM, Kane Bullard was murdered. Where were you at that time? One without knowledge lacks even the knowledge that he should be ashamed of himself. But don't worry, I will not hold it against you, Sir Judge. Thanks. Alright, Mr. Atme. The night of the murder. Speak. We're all ears. As you wish, Sir Prosecutor. I was stealing the urn as Masked Demaske, just as I announced I would. I had more than enough time to prepare. It was pathetically an easy job. A photograph contains no words, but in this case, one turned out to be my witness. The time at which the camera captured Masked Demaske was the same time as the murder. It seems the main point of discussion will be this photo of the crime scenes. Okay. Everything else up until now was all part of his plan. There has to be a secret to this picture as well. Even the great Masked Demaske cannot be in two places at once. Now then, if you'll excuse me, I have a verdict to receive. You're not going anywhere, pal. Unfortunately, Mr. Atme, we still have to do your cross-examination. A fool is too foolish to know that he is a fool. Where have I heard that before? I think he's trying to say that you're full of it, Nick. The only thing that's full of it is his alibi. Am I having Von Karma PTSD? I was stealing the urn as Masked Demaske, just as I announced I would. So this photograph is the proof, correct? Indeed it is. Von Karma type shit. Where is she anyways? She's still in like Germany or something? And the man in the photo is certainly wearing a mask. That is why I am called Masked Demaske. But conveniently, that also means there is no way to tell who this really is. What do you mean?
Objection!
Ah, are you saying that this is not, in fact, Luke Atney? That it could be an accomplice dressed up as Masked Demaske to create an alibi? Oh, what an interesting idea. Are you saying that I, Lone Wolf Luke, had an accomplice? I mean, has to be. But who is it? If Luke Atney was at KB Security during the murder, then the Masked Demaske in this picture has to be a fake. Another Masked Demaske. Exactly, you had an accomplice. Now remember you've said that, Mr. Tripe, because there's no going back. You're making baseless claims. I'll treat you to a penalty myself. Okay, well on that note, I'm kinda low. We'll do a little bit of save scumming, no big deal. That penalty is probably boiling hot too. So who is it, Mr. Tripe? Who was the accomplice? Am I really gonna rat her out?
Head of planning promotions. She dropped the urn. I feel bad for her.
Obviously it was Pearls? No, you're wrong. I'm pretty sure it was Maya. Or Mia, I mean.
I'm pretty sure like what we're seeing is a ghost. She doesn't have an alibi accuser? True. Well, actually she does. It's literally me and Andrews.
Oh wait, it can't be Andrews. Wait, who the fuck could it be? It was me, Maya, Pearls, Miss Andrews. We all left that night to have dinner. She's at the police station. She's nowhere to be found, I guess. Wait, who the fuck could it be? Wait, is it actually no accomplice? No way. What was the other option? Could I say no? I want to be the fun breaker? Well, I'm kind of stuck in this, so I have to present someone. Was there an option to say no? I'm just gonna say Andrews. Just for the funsies, I guess, and go back. He was at me himself? It was this person. Yeah. 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 He was the guard at the time. The aura! The aura! So does it allow me to go back, or am I stuck in this? Oh. Oh, what the hell? It just brings me all the way back here? Weird. Oh, I'm legit just stuck. Okay, well. Yeah, we'll just accuse him, I guess. It was this person. Ah, that's quite the prank you're trying to pull. Do you have any evidence? Oh, it's the same thing. Well, that was the best save spot I could put down. Alright, moving on, I guess. I had more than enough time to prepare. It was a pathetically easy job. I believe Adrian Andrews hired you at one point. That's right. That was over 20 days ago, if I'm not mistaken. You sent the calling card to Lordly Taylor 10 days before the heist. That would mean you sent out the card after you began your security watch, right? How did I remember it wrong? Yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, that was just a dead end. I think that was just a trap. I'm pretty sure. Like, I wanted to get out of that. Like, I didn't want to pick anyone, but I was stuck in. After you began your security... Plus, I wanted to press everything, mostly, before I, like, do any, like, decisions like that. Send out the card after you began your security watch, right? Indeed, there was no reason why I couldn't do both jobs at once. It was the perfect opportunity to steal my latest target. I see. You truly are evil, aren't you? Yes, evil is what I am. Hey, Nick, isn't there something odd about this? Detective Adney was always proud of his ace detective skills, right? But if the urn was stolen from Lordly Taylor while he was the only one watching it, he'd have no way to maintain his perfect ace detective persona. You know, that's true, it's kind of odd. Wait, she said a lot of words I didn't understand. So he did the thieving a little too well. I get what she's saying then. A photograph contains no words, but in this case, one turns out to be my witness. His alibi, pretty much. So by photograph, you mean this piece of evidence right here. Is that correct? Indeed it is, that it is. The very thing that proves I committed the crime. The very thing that proves you committed the crime. When you think about it, it's really odd. You say that almost as if you had this picture taken on purpose.
Objection!
He was simply caught by the very camera that he had set up. We all have days like that. Indeed, it turned out that there was no such thing as the perfect crime after all. Life is truly an ironic thing, a sad blue melody. Looks like I'd better gather more information for now. If he's truly the killer, there's gotta be something phony in that photo. I agree. The time at which the camera captured Master Maske was at the same time as the murder. Not quite, it's like 2 minutes off. About the camera that took this photograph. Oh, come on now, it's all too clear what you're thinking. Huh? You think that I altered the timestamp on the photograph, don't you? I'm afraid that's impossible. The camera is set up by Lordly Taylor, and on top of that, it was Lordly Taylor's staff that printed that camera's data. Unfortunately for the defense, there's no way that picture could have been altered. Alright, so because at first I was thinking maybe the picture was taking place on October 11th, 1 a.m. But I guess that's not the case. It did take a picture on the 12th. I see. It looks like I'd better find something else that could be suspicious. So this alibi is false. It has to be, or he couldn't have killed Mr. Bullard at KB Security. That photo's still suspicious, though. But I'm not really spotting anything unusual. There are two possibilities. Either the maske in the photo is fake, or the photo itself. I'm leaning towards the photo, honestly, still. Or is it? Yeah, there's something off with the photo. Like, at first I was looking for the statue. But is the statue supposed to be there? Why was the statue moved? There are no dates, only hour and minutes? Yeah. Every copy of Ace Attorney is personalized. Wasn't there like a movie or something that had like... They didn't tell you like what ending it had, but the movie itself had like 8 different endings. So it was like a personalized experience. It could be altered? Yeah, because that's what I was thinking at first. I was like, this photo could have been taken the day before. Right? Because I thought it was weird that the box didn't have paint on it. But... Because I don't think... Yeah, it's pretty clear... It's either Maske is fake or the photo's fake. If Maske is fake, then who the fuck is that? I don't have anyone left. Everyone has an alibi. He's dead. He's getting cucked. She's safe. She's with the police. He's at KB Security. He's at KB Security. I have no one else. So the photo has to be fake.
even me looking at the photo, I know something's wrong with it. I feel like it has to do something with the statue or the time. The time is weird, and this, I don't know what the fuck happened to the statue. Is the statue supposed to be there, or why was it moved? Is it supposed to be back in the corner that it's in right now? I'm trying to think. That's the Clue movie, if I remember correctly. That sounds about right. I think it was like a detective type of movie. I just remember seeing something where like you had to look at like the letter on like the movie poster or something to know what ending you're watching. When Adrian dropped the urn box 2 weeks ago, she knocked over some paint. The wooden box that had the sacred urn on it has paint stains on it. Carried into the basement warehouse the day of the crime. Moved again that night. So why was it moved? Wait.
Carried into the basement warehouse the day of the crime. Moved again that night. Why was it moved? Because it probably didn't match the photo. But the box already fell. Right? That's what like this box imprints for? Like that's... Wait, hold on. Does it match that though? Hold on. Wrong photo. I don't know about the letter thing. I could be wrong about that. Yeah. That's the box imprint right there. And so, I know when she dropped it, she then moved the statue to cover this up. Wait, hold on. To hide the paint? Wait, why did she move the statue again? Wait, she dropped the urn 2 weeks ago. Oh wait, this happened a while ago. So... I would just melt the Amy, not gonna lie, about the value it has. Dude, I'm pretty sure it's 0 value. The statue probably got moved to match the photo that was taken prior. Statue altered 3 times throughout the case. 3 times.
First it had the sword. It had the sword in front of the paint. It was then moved back and lost its sword, though. Wait, why did it lose its sword, actually? No, that was to create the alibi of the detective getting his head bashed. But that sword came in
The night of the crime. So that was like a on-the-moment thing. Or was it done after the fact? It was probably done after the fact. He probably just committed the crime in KB security at 1 a.m. He did that first, and then he came here to alter this scene, right? And so that's how he bent the sword, he moved the statue. move the statue. I mean, okay. But I think that it's clear the statue and the time. Most likely the time. Now by the trick, to make him look like out cold. Yeah, that's why the sword was bent. Like, oh, I fought him. It was me against him. But the statue came in that night. Or that day. So it's kind of like on the spur moment. I'm pretty sure this is worth more than the vase, unironically. Okay. So let's just present the... The time at which the camera captured Moscow was the same time as the murder. I mean, that is... How same time are we talking? Like, this is 2 minutes before this. Like, that's not really a contradiction, right? Like, that's pretty much the same time. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm assuming, right? That's pretty much the same time. Because I think the point is, like, he couldn't be both places at the same time. That's the whole point of it. So the photograph contains no words, but in this case, one turned out to be my witness. But what if I said the statue was the witness? That'd be kind of funny. I'm gonna do that for the funsies. The photograph might be, but this woman can.
Objection!
Your Honor, that statement contradicts evidence. What? I don't see any women here. Objection denied. Oh shit, that was 2 bars? What? That would've been funny. Load.
Hold it!
Which one that I pressed that gave me options? Oh, it was this one. Oh, now wait, now I talk about the photo? Yeah, there is something funny about this photo. Are you implying that this picture is a fake? You bet I am. There's definitely something strange about this photo. We took a look around the basement warehouse that night before the theft took place, and there's something in this photo that doesn't match my memory of that night. Very well, let's hear what you have to say. What about this photograph you find funny? I guess... It'd be like here? Do I point at this? The funny part is right there. Why, this is a blood stain. It's paint. Ah, blood! Now this is getting interesting. Not exactly. This stain is actually a pink paint. Oh, just paint? A peach colored at that. From blood to peaches, the judge sure loves going on his wild tangents. The problem with this photograph is not the paint. The problem is when you consider the layout of the basement warehouse. It turns out that something should be there is nowhere to be seen. Oh. Well, Mr. Wright, what is supposed to be in this picture instead of the paint stains? The supervisor of the treasure exhibit stated the following. Well, there's a good reason for that. On the day of the crime around noon, that golden statue just happened to arrive from the mountain training hall. I realized that the statue would be the perfect size for covering up the paint stains. That's why I put it where you first saw it. I myself was there the night the theft took place, and saw the statue in that spot. Phoenix looks at my funny place. What? If this picture was truly taken on the night, then the statue should have been there.
Objection!
But when I went back there the day after the theft, that statue of the old bag was sitting in the corner. Perhaps it was somehow pushed there accidentally. Your Honor, this statue is slightly larger than yourself and quite heavy, actually. It would take more than an accidental push to move it that distance. Ah, in that case, can you prove it? Can you give us the rhyme and reason as to why that statue was moved that night? Can you do it, Nick? Not with, I could say it, but I don't know if I have evidence. Never mind who moved it. The real question is, why did they move it? I can explain that. I don't have evidence for that, though. Well, Mr. Wright, I hope you are prepared with your answer. Now then, who was the one that moved that golden statue on the night of the crime? Obviously. The one who moves the statue is none other than... Look at me. Come now, sir lawyer. There you go again on one of your strange delusions. Mr. Wright, what basis do you have for your strange delusions? It's very simple. The witness was the only one in the base warehouse that night. That is indeed very simple. However, why would I want to move a heavy golden statue? The reason for moving the golden statue, here's where our battle really begins. Well, Mr. Phoenix, what reason did the witness have to do, or what reason did the witness have to, wait, what reason did the witness have to move that statue? I don't know why I just had a stroke. The reason can be found here in this photograph. Look at me, you pretended to be Mask DeMasque to create an alibi by showing you were at Lordly Taylor that night. But this photograph contains a single fatal flaw. If the statue had been there, your lie would have been exposed like cheap film at a drugstore. I don't get that reference. That is why you had to move the statue. A single fatal flaw? Interesting theory. Please enlighten us. Just where in this picture does this lie exist? The same spot I clicked on, right? Or are we talking about the time? Actually, I don't know anymore. The box? It should have stains. I guess paint? I mean, there's like 3 flaws here, I think. Or maybe, I mean, like, I guess not the time. The time is kind of correct, but it's more like the date. It could be the box. It could be the paint. Bro, I'm gonna insta-die. 4, actually? 1, 2, 3... and then the statue, I guess, yeah. I mean, like, what do you want me to click? Let's just go with the box. I doubt I have to click the same thing twice in a row, right? The lie is... You fuck-ass lawyer. Oh yeah, the brochure, yeah, you're right. Are you... Jesus fucking Christ. Why was the golden statue moved? Alright, we're gonna have to go back a little while. I think we were supposed to click on the time. I think I spelled it right. I think so too. I have it right here, right? The brochure. Or what I call a bow tie. Oh, brooch. You're just missing an A. You basically spelled it right. Close enough. Close enough. I myself was there. My English is limited too. Sometimes that's just part of being human. You just can't spell. You just gotta do like a Pearl cosplay real quick.
I am Amy. It's like the same thing, right?
That's for Halloween. I'm gonna be Pearls. I've seen enough. What am I doing? Who was the one? Let's try the time. Naturally, the lie in this photo is the timestamp. What do you mean? I'll tell you exactly what I mean. On the night in question, Luke Atney went to KB security and murdered Kane Bullard. Therefore, it's obvious. It would have been impossible for him to have been at Lordly Taylor at this time. But what does that have to do with the statue being moved? Remember, if you will, Your Honor. When was the statue placed beside the warehouse door? During the day, I guess. I played the game on the emulator, so it's pretty fast. Oh, so you're able, like, to 2x speed it? Ah, lucky you. Well, the statue was taken down to the warehouse on the day of the crime, and it was placed there in order to cover up the paint. Exactly. Luke Atney had already decided on the time when he was going to kill the victim, and so in order to create an alibi for that time, he took this picture days before the murder took place. What the? Of course, the statue hadn't been yet brought down to the basement warehouse yet. Ah. So on the day of the crime, Mr. Atney must have been quite nervous. As nervous as a long-tailed cat in a rocking chair factory, so to speak. Why? Because something that was supposed to be there had been brought down and placed where it wasn't supposed to be. And that is why Luke Atney had to move the statue on the night of the murder. He did it to make the room match with the way it had been with this photo. Ah! Order. Mr. Atney, is this true? One moment, Your Honor. Have you forgotten this? What is that? The data for a basement warehouse computer. According to this, the camera did indeed go off on the night of the crime. It's true that the camera had been set up by the Lordly Taylor staff. However, the program used to manage that data was yours. Ooh. That alone would have been allowed you to tamper with the data. That's kind of a reach, but you know. Order. Mr. Godot, what is the meaning of this? Godot, I warned you about making me wait. Now put down that coffee. My 11th cup. I promise to drink no more than 17 during a trial. Which means I'm still good till the last drop. However, the defense has a very good point. A good point? So what? We are all but travelers on a road of infinite points. I think he's got his points mixed up with his other points. So you say this photograph was taken ahead of time, and that the statue was moved in order to make it match. That's a very interesting idea. However, there's one point that can't be denied. Which is? That it's only a possibility. Wait, now think about it. Never mind. Men that are trapped by the chains of maybe can never reach their dreams. That's very true. No, wait, don't fall for that, Your Honor. Hey, Mr. Damaske. Yes? If there's no funny business in your actions as Masked Damaske, there should be no problem with you telling us your strategy. So let's hear it. Yes, please, provide this court with your testimony about your plan to steal the sacred urn. I first received a request from Lordly Taylor about 20 days ago. The urn was placed in a box, and Svari. It was then sent to the warehouse. Hence, I was actually unable to see the urn for myself until the day of the crime. True. I knew it was an extremely valuable treasure, so I sent my card 10 days beforehand. I then handled security by myself to ensure that my crime would go smoothly. At last, I held the urn in my hands for the first time at 1 AM on October 12th. Well, that box should have paint, right? That's pretty much all the stuff we've heard before, isn't it? Yeah, but we will find the truth hidden in the nuggets of new information he gave. Witness, you're sure there are no mistakes this time? Safari. I don't even know what that means. Is that, like, Italian? Very well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. I'm gonna assume it's, like, Italian. I first received a request from Lordly Taylor about 20 days ago. Sounds about right. By who? You're asked to guard the urn by Miss Adrian Andrews, is that right? It's just gibberish. I mean, Italian's just gibberish, right? They just say Mamma Mia and spaghetti. Indeed, it seemed that it seemed that they had heard of my... The hell? Zvarkling reputation? Zvarkling reputation. I see Miss Andrews is still attracting the weirdos. You'd better watch out too, Maya. The urn was placed in a box and Zvark! It was then sent to the warehouse. You mean this box? Yes, that pathetic box. Lady Andrews was especially taken with that urn, and she wouldn't let anyone enter the storeroom, not even me. I go, it's a character-only catchphrase? Oh, okay. What a weird... Safari! Huh, interesting new tidbit. I'm pretty sure Miss Andrews told us this. Hence, I was actually unable to see the urn for myself until the day of the crime. So you're sure that you had never seen the urn before? Indeed. You may ask Lady Andrews to confirm for yourself. Yes, she can. My security was focused entirely on the entrance to that warehouse. However, look at me, let no information whatsoever slip through my fingers. I knew it was an extremely valuable treasure, so I sent my card 10 days beforehand. Wait, do I not have the evidence where it, like, shows his, like, monetary value? Where it's, like, basically 0? I guess not. Whatever. You mean this calling card? That's right, that is without a doubt my calling card. I guess Mr. Delight didn't make this after all. Huh, true. Of course, because Atme knew about the emblem. Making this card authentic would have been child's play for him. I then handled security by myself to ensure that my crime would go smoothly. Then no one entered the basement warehouse. Unfortunately, wait, hold on. If Andrews didn't let anyone touch the urn at all until the day of the crime, and he even said he was never able to touch the urn, so that means this is some random ass box. Which is why there's no paint on the box. Unfortunately, there were many different treasures being taken there. Thus, for a period of approximately 5 days, people were indeed going in and out of the warehouse. At last, I held the urn in my hands for the first time at 1 AM on October 12th. And this is the photo that proves that, huh? Indeed, to be honest, even if a photo was taken, I didn't think it would matter terribly much. Hey Nick, if this photo is a fake, Detective Adden might have stolen the urn whenever this was taken. He wasn't allowed to. That's true. You know, he's been saying that he never saw the urn until that night. If we can prove that he's lying there, then we can wrap this up and put a bow on it. I need to take a good hard look at the court record. Not a lot to go on. It's enough. He took this photo well before the actual night of the crime. Alright then, how do we do that? There's one thing that Adme stated very clearly, that he had never seen the urn before he stole it. We need to prove that he's lying. Yeah, so... where do I present this then? The box with paint. The urn was placed in the box, Safari. Hence, I was actually unable to see the crime. Or see the... I was able to...
I was unable to see the urn myself until the day of the crime. I knew it was an extremely valuable treasure, so I sent my card 10 days beforehand. I then handled security by myself to ensure that my crime would go smoothly. At last, I held the urn in my hands for the first time at 1 a.m. It would probably have to be this, right? Because it's true that he held the urn for the first time, but if he held the urn for the first time, then there should be paint on the box. But because there's no paint on the box, that means he just grabbed a random-ass box. But do I present the box here? I think my logic is sound, I just don't know where to do it. So I'm gonna assume it's here.
Objection!
Probably not. Probably this one? Wait, you know what? No, she broke it 10 days beforehand. I don't know, man. I'm asleep. It's 11:45 p.m. Oh my god. It's only 1:45 p.m. for me. I appreciate you for helping me, though. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hope you get a good night's sleep. Unable to see the urn for myself until the day of the crime. So the thing is, was he... Maybe he was holding onto the urn, but this was before it broke? No. Holy time zone? Yeah, I didn't even know like a time difference could be that big. That's like 10 hours ahead of me. Weeks ago. No way he took the photo more than 2 weeks ago. He sent a calling card 10 days beforehand. So, he did take the job 20 days beforehand. It is possible, but I doubt that he did it before. No, because in the photo, there's already a mark on the floor, so the vase was broken. Yeah, the vase was broken, so it should... There has to be paint. So I guess here?
Objection!
I think my line of reasoning is correct. I just don't know where to go with it.
Or like what to present and where. Do I show the photo? No way I show the photo.
Objection!
I can also repress, because he didn't add a statement at all, did he? I can repress everything and see if he adds another thing.
Hold it! Hold it!
seems like it has to be do something obvious with this last one. I held the urn in my hands for the first time on 1 a.m. on October 12th. So did he notice that it's like fucked up?
Objection!
I already did this, right? With the paint? What the hell? Surely if you looked at this and be like, yo. It looked different, didn't it?
Objection!
One says I am, the other one says Amy. Surely, right? At last, I held the urn in my hands for the first time.
Because he wasn't allowed to touch it at all. So I feel like it truly was his first time. At 1 a.m.
Objection!
Did I show the photo already?
Objection!
Okay, what the hell is this? Is my line of reasoning not correct?
Objection!
I already showed that one. I already showed the photo. I already showed this one. What the hell? I knew it was an extremely valuable treasure. No, it wasn't. Oops. A piece of shit.
Objection!
I think I already did this, actually. Dude, do I have to look this up? No way. I was unable to see the urn for myself until the day of the crime.
Objection! Objection!
This is sad. This is sad. I held the urn for the first time. 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 I wasn't able to touch it. She didn't let me touch it. I'm gonna touch it. I still got this photo beforehand, but when did he take the photo? Was it before the calling card or after the calling card? 'Cause she broke it 14 days ago. He sent the calling card 10 days ago. Wait, he said like something about like a 5-day period actually.
Hold it!
So this period, there's a lot of commotion between the calling card and the thing breaking. People were indeed going in and out of the warehouse. Yeah, I don't know. So this was 10 days before. Or was it the 5 days between him being hired and the urn breaking? It could also be that 5-day period, right? I mean, we're at 6 days, but like 5 days. No, because there's a fucking paint stain on the floor. So this... Why do I keep going back? The photo took place after the box, or after the urn's broken. So whatever he has in his hand is the fixed urn.
Wait, hold on.
Found in the statue of Amy Faye's shadow. This is after the fact? Because he's not wearing it in this photo. The photo couldn't have been taken the next day. I don't know anymore, man. He took this well before the actual night of the crime. Alright then, how do we know that? There's one thing that Atme stated very clearly. He had never seen the urn before he stole it. We need to prove that he's lying. That he did see the urn? I don't have anything that says about that though. If he did, he would have stole the wrong thing. He's like, man, what the fuck? This is supposed to say I am, not Amy. Man, what the fuck? I mean, it says the sacred urn on it. So, like, what the fuck? Yeah, I'm just gonna look this up, honestly. I've been probably here for, like, a total of probably like 30 minutes now. Alright, I just gotta make sure I scroll down super slow. What the hell is this? Like auto-played into like some random ass video. Gotta make sure I scroll so then I don't spoil myself. Ace Attorney, Tribulations, walkthrough. This is where am I? Trial, I'm assuming. Wait. Oh fuck, wrong one. This one. Slowly. I first receive, alright. I'm right here. On statements 2, 3, 4, or 6, present calling card. Because it says take care of speckled urn. The speckles the card is referring to are the pink splotches. I see. Take care of the speckled urn. Speckled as in the paint, so he did see... So he didn't see... He's a dumbass. What the hell? So he didn't see... He wasn't thinking of this. He just said, man, this looks cool, man. This is expensive. He thought the paint was part of it. I would have never guessed that, honestly. Well, here we go.
Objection!
First try. Mr. Adme. Oh, let me sit up.
Mr. Admin, if you really are Master Maske, then you also wrote this calling card, correct? But of course. Is there a problem with that calling card? Allow me to read a passage from the calling card that Master Maske had written. Take good care of the speckled urn. Now the speckled here surely refers to the pink pattern on the sacred urn. Yes, that is true, but so what? Truth be told, there is no way that Master Maske could have known about this pattern. What do you mean? This pink potted pattern on the urn is actually nothing more than paint stains. Paint stains? And these stains did not appear until after the urn had been taken to Lordly Taylor. I'm not finding this joke to be very funny, Mr. Trite. The day the sacred urn was taken to the warehouse, the urn was broken due to human error, or should I say, error-prone human. And that's when the pink paint got on the urn. Oh, you can't be serious. And yet this calling card clearly mentions the paint pattern. Which means Detective Admi had seen this urn long before the crime ever took place. In fact, he saw it when this fake photo was taken. And because this photo is a fake, your alibi for the night of the murder no longer holds water. Got him. Witness, do you have anything to say for yourself? Alright, that did it. He's broken. Nick? I think it's still a little early for a victory pose. Huh? Another cup of coffee. This is like his 10th one. Ah, it's so sad. No one has any conviction these days. Conviction, you say? Yesterday, we all decided unanimously that this man was Master Maske. And now we're calling him a murderer. You don't think we're being a bit tad fickle? That's a good point. No way, don't fall for that too, Your Honor. You say that Luke Atme was the one who killed Kane Bullard. Then let me ask you this. Why would he do that? An excellent point. Motive, Mr. Wright, motive. Might you marry murderous motive manifest? Nick, he's getting a second wind. If he prepared an alibi and pinned his crime on Ron Delight, as you say, he must have had a very strong motive for murder. The only one with any motive we've seen is Ron Delight. Isn't that right, detective? Indeed, according to my own research, the boy's motive is clear. Without a motive, it's nearly impossible to prove guilt in a murder case. Now then, maybe you could enlighten us to what the defendant's motives were. I'd be honored to, Sir Oldtimer. They're doing everything they can to make Ron look suspicious. Despite our lack of hard information, this may be our only chance. Do you have work today? Nope, I'm off today and tomorrow. I, Luke Atme, had no points of contact with the victim whatsoever. Kane Bullard decided to investigate Master Maske and simply mistook who he was. It was Mr. Bullard who wrote the blackmail letter and sent it to Ron Delight. No. And it was again Mr. Bullard who harbored a grudge against Mr. Delight for his betrayal. Mr. Bullard's mistake is quite inexcusable. Wait, oh, this is quite excusable, my bad. The defendant truly believes he is Master Maske. That is why Mr. Delight saw it fit to kill Kane Bullard. Truly a tragedy. Deadlock after this? Done. For a little bit. Wait. It depends when I finish this. Because I gotta play Pokemon Champion when it launches at 8 p.m. I gotta be ready. My team isn't even ready. But, well, my troll team is ready, but I don't have like a legit team. But I guess I can do that on like another day, I guess. No fucking way. Yeah, man. You got a Nintendo Switch too? Get on Pokemon Champions. So the victim, Kane Bullard, blackmailed the defendant. This is the blackmail letter found in the defendant's apartment. A handwriting test confirms that Mr. Bullard was indeed the one who wrote the letter. Ooh, okay. But I'm pretty sure this was written to Detective Atme, though. What? Blackmail letter updated in court record. Very well, Mr. Wright. Begin your cross-examination. This guy said a lot, actually. Motive for murder. I, look at me, had no points of contact with the victim whatsoever. And who in the world is going to prove that? I will. What? After doing a thorough background check of Detective Atme and Kane Bullard, we were unable to find any links between them. It's all in the report. Perhaps they were connected through their work? They were both involved in security. Nope. That was blunt. In any case, the only one with a motive was Mr. Delight. Kane Bullard decided to investigate Maske and simply mistook who he was. Mistook. That's right, mistook, from the Old Norse mistaka, meaning to take an error. That wasn't what I meant. Just who did the victim mistake Maske to be? Why, the answer's obvious. Ron Delight, of course. Boy, I'd like to wipe that smug off. Wait, hold on. The letter is directed towards him because he has the red ring. Press harder. Why would the victim mistake the defendant for Maske? Don't you already know why? Zavari, take a look at this newspaper. Oh, that's the famous Tear of Amenon, a magnificent jewel. That photo shows a magnificent detective as well, does it not? Furthermore, it also shows an ugly guard, namely, the defendant. Wait, he knows. Oh shit, wait. Didn't Ron Delight think, like, he didn't know? But I guess he knew. The defendant? The victim clearly misread this article in Savari. He got the wrong impression. Black Cat coming on the 20th? Yeah, I'm not. Unless she's got ginormous, like, you know. Because, you know. He's got the wrong impression. The impression that this ugly security guard was in fact Maske. I see. That wasn't a reasonable deduction. It was Mr. Bullard who wrote the blackmail letter and sent it to Ron Delight. You mean this blackmail letter right here? It says, bring 50,000. And the handwriting is no doubt the victim's? There's no mistake. We have an official report to prove it. But I don't see an addressee on the letter anywhere. An addressee? This letter was discovered in Ron Delight's apartment, and Mr. Delight did show up at the designated place and time. The fact that there is no addressee is irrelevant. I wonder... What's up, Nick? I just had a thought. What if that blackmail letter wasn't meant for Mr. Delight? That's what I'm thinking. Whoa, do you have any evidence of that? For some reason, I just can't shake the feeling that there's something quite not right about this letter. Well, everyone, are you quite satisfied? We'll keep pressing, but we'll come back to it. And it was again Mr. Bullard who harbored a grudge against Mr. Delight for his betrayal. What do you mean by that? Oh my, I was certain you were already aware. Sorry.
KD Security has a lot of security info on all sorts of companies, and since I was security team chief, I stole data from the company.
Wait, he knew about this? He was in the other room. Kane Bullard had yet to forgive young Mr. Delight, which is why he sent him that letter upon mistakenly believing he was the thief. Here is the file that we discovered in Mr. Bullard's office. Evidence that Mr. Bullard was receiving money from blackmail. However, isn't this a bit odd? Why did the defendant pay Mr. Bullard the money? Yeah, he was getting money. Even though he wasn't actually Maske. Wait, hold on. If the judge doesn't think Ron Delight's Maske, why would he think that this guy is giving Kane Bullard money? Or to cover up, like, all his, like, security theft, basically, right? On that point, there was an unfortunate bit of chance. Mr. Bullard's mistake is quite excusable. The defendant truly believes he is Masti Masuke. Do you really think that story is going to hold up? That assertion is not merely my own, I'm afraid. What do you mean? I have here a memo from Ron Delight's wife, Desiree Delight. Ronnie thinks he's Master Masuke. Don't you feel sorry for him? Please don't think too badly of him. Ah, well, Mr. Trite. Was he trying to act like Miss Delight just now? I thought he was actually pretty convincing. That is why Mr. Delight saw it fit to kill Kane Bullard. Truly a tragedy. Now that's just your imagination talking. Come on now, Sir Lawyer. I'm afraid imagination isn't the right word for it. This is deduction, the result of carefully applied reasoning. Can we hear that careful reasoning for ourselves? It's a long story, and it better saved for another time. Very well, another time. Those so-called long stories aren't usually all that long, at least not in my experience. So you're going to try to connect Detective Adney to Mr. Bullard, right? Yeah, that's right. Hopefully it won't require surgery either. In that case, you'll have to talk about the blackmail. That's true. Was that blackmail letter really intended for Ron? Since we don't have enough information, you should press him for more testimony. Maybe I'll be able to shake more contradictions loose that way. I thought I pressed everything.
Objection!
Objection! Mind if I ask you a few questions, Detective Atney? Well, if it's just a few, I guess it's alright. When you said this letter was addressed to Ron Delight, I couldn't help but notice one major contradiction. Contradiction? I don't know where a walking contradiction like you gets off saying things like that. You're one to talk. At times like these, men are made to express themselves with their fists. Why don't you show us what you've got there, Junior? Indeed. Time to man up, Mr. Wright. Show us the contradicting evidence and the content of the blackmail letter. What? What? Can I just point out the part where it's like, Can I just do this? The red diamond? Am I allowed to point that out? Well, fuck. I guess I present it again?
Take that! Objection! Objection!
Well, I don't have the red ring as evidence.
Take that!
What, 50k? Is 50k the weird part? Pretty sure it's the red ring. Do I show the other blackmails?
Objection! Take that! Hold it!
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that statement, right? Could I just say this blackmail's for you?
Objection!
Oh, I guess not. That'd be kind of easy, I guess. Well, I mean, I got further in this. Showing blackmail, right? I don't think it's a dead end. He's nervous. I'm pretty sure I'm on the right train of thought here. Shows the contradicting evidence in the content of the letter. Or the money? It's not on Kane's list, right?
Take that! Objection!
It was worth a try. Oh, don't tell me I'm stuck again.
Objection!
So they talk about no address. They talk about $50K. He didn't bring the money. He didn't give a fuck. So in the blackmail, if you don't want your true identity revealed to the world, come to KB Security at 1 AM on October 12th and bring 50K. If you don't, I'll take that red diamond you received the other day. This is clearly meant for Detective Atme. But then he just passed it along to Ron Delight. Because it's weird to say
If you don't, I'll take that red diamond you received the other day instead. And at me sitting here with a red diamond on his finger. I don't have that as evidence, though. And presenting him didn't work. Do I present Ron Delight? Like, yo, he doesn't have a red ring.
Take that!
Nope. Nope. Or...
Objection!
I already showed Kane's list. That's like the only one about the money. I already showed the other blackmails. The wallet's useless because he didn't bring money. This is useless. This is also useless. 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 Guard in photos Ron Delight. I mean, I don't think it could be relevant. Irrelevant. Could be relevant. Irrelevant. Could be relevant. Irrelevant, irrelevant, irrelevant. So do I just present them? I already presented it. I presented both Ron and Atme already. If I present the newspaper clipping, I don't see how it's relevant though. Or like, it's kinda relevant, but I don't see the connection though. If I'm saying there's something wrong with the black, like, okay, provide as evidence. If I show the newspaper... Well, what hand does Atme have his ring on? Just can't really see it.
Take that!
Oh, what? Wait, this is it? Take a good look at this newspaper clipping. It contains a picture of the Tear of Eminon, a stolen jewel. Uh-huh. What about it? The problem is this jewel's color. Uh-huh. Color? I'm not much for discussing color myself. Wait, what? It's blue. I kind of assumes that he got... Did he change it to red? Is that what happened? Because I know when I first saw the car, I was like, oh, I kind of assumed that it was going to be red. And I look at it, it's blue, okay. It's not the thing he's wearing. What? I'm not much for discussing color myself. According to the clipping, the color of the stolen jewel was blue. Uh-huh. However, in the blackmail letter, a totally different jewel is mentioned. Uh-huh. I'll take that red diamond you received the other day. Uh-huh. Red. Which means the red diamond described in the blackmail letter is not the Tear of Eminon, the mask. I thought that was obvious. Oh my god. Bro, I thought this was like common knowledge Oh my. Who alluded that he wanted him to return the Tear of Eminon? I didn't even know that was a thing.
Objection!
And your point is, Mr. Tripe? So you're trying to say that this blackmail letter was intended for someone else. That is what you're trying to say, right, Tripe? That is what you're trying to say, right, Mr. Wright?
Well, is that what you're trying to say, right, Nick?
Yes. This is who Kane Bullard was actually blackmailing.
Take that!
Naturally. It was you, Detective Atme. Do you have some sort of basis for that claim? You have been personally involved in every single Mask Damaske case, and in the last case, you recovered what was stolen, and received a jewel as your reward. A jewel? I don't remember that part. Probably the one wrapped
Conspicuously.
Whoa. I'm being rizzed. What?
Conspicuously.
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 Conspicuously. Probably the one wrapped conspicuously around your finger. That red diamond ring. That is the diamond referred to in the letter, which means that Kane Bullard wrote that letter in order to blackmail you. Ah! Order in the court. It seems you've got too far with your childish pranks, Mr. Tripe. Uh-oh. I don't like the way you said that. Kane Bullard blackmailing Luke Atme? Are you for real? Yes, I am. Nick, come on, stand up to him. Then answer me this. The blackmail letter contains the following passage. If you don't want your identity revealed to the world. Yes, it certainly does. Kane Bullard threatens to make Luke Atme's identity public knowledge. Yeah, that's what I'm also trying to figure out. An identity he wanted to keep a secret. So just what was that identity? Atme killed Kane Bullard because he was afraid of his secret becoming known. Oh, wait. It's just the fact that he's planning out all these, heists for Ron Delight to enact, because Atme is the one that's blackmailing Ron to do all these things, send the stolen items to Atme, and Atme's like, look guys, I solved it! That's what it is. Atme killed Kane Bullard because he was afraid of his secret becoming known. What was the identity he wanted to keep secret? This is what it all comes down to, Nick. Safe scumming. I'm a safe scumming bitch. A blackmailer. Luke Atme was a blackmailer.
Objection!
Hey now, isn't that a little different from what you've been saying? You said that Kane Bullard was the one blackmailing Luke Atme. Are you saying that Atme was blackmailing someone else on top of that? You have to admit, that does sound a little odd. It's not odd, it's the only thing that makes any sense. Kane Bullard was blackmailing Luke Atme. But Ron Delight was also being blackmailed by a certain someone. So, did you start receiving blackmail letters after this incident?
Yes, just a few days ago after the Tear of Eminon heist. After that, I started getting the plans in the mail. I received plans from some very kind person, incredibly detailed plans.
Detailed plans? In what case would that mean that Ron Delight was actually Mask Damaske? That is what we're claiming. Someone else came up with the plans and had Mr. Delight steal his targets for him. And that someone was none other than Luke Atme. Shh! Silence! Now I see. It's all becoming clear. What is? When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Careless with a tendency to jump to conclusions. Am I wrong? How did you... You say that I, Luke Atme, was blackmailing Ron Delight? In which case, I would naturally know all about his relation to Mask de Masque. Well, yes. Ron Delight started receiving plans from his second crime onward, correct? Which means I learned of his identity when he committed that first crime. He did say that, didn't he? Like in the previous testimony? Good point. You certainly couldn't have blackmailed him otherwise. He just admitted to that, didn't he? In case, let's see some hot, bitter evidence. During the first crime, how did Luke Atme know that Ron Delight was Mask de Masque? The newspaper clipping, right? Or the brooch. I don't think it's the brooch. I'm kind of leaning towards the newspaper clipping. I think I see it. See what? When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Gets into lots of mischief trying to be the center of attention. What do you mean? This newspaper clipping. It has a picture of you and Ron Delight in his guard uniform. It seems that Mask de Masque didn't just disappear into thin air. He just took off his outfit and hid it in the bucket. That sounds far too stupid to be true. Correct, with tricks like that, he couldn't fool a baby, let alone an ace detective. That's when you figured it out, Mr. Atme, and you said so in your previous testimony. That's when you learned that under his mask, Mask de Masque was... I didn't click. Was Ron Delight. It looks like he wasn't even an ace detective. I can't believe it. He was just a slimy blackmailer. What a fraud. Trying to pass himself as an ace detective. How dare you expose me like that? I mean, I've never blackmailed anyone in my life. I'm a famous and proud ace detective and also Mask de Masque. Why can't you understand that? I'm afraid you are neither a proud thief nor an ace detective. You're a blackmailer and a murderer. That is your true identity. Why you? How dare you even dare imply that you could never define yourself with a big mouth of yours? You really, I say none of you can compare to my genius. You really just so good. Just to me, come to me. There's nothing. Ace detective can get no blackmail, murder threats. Okay, it's enough to make one laugh. Did we get him? It seems we finally arrived at the real answer. That was quite a performance by Mr. Atme. Bailiff, please prepare yourself for Mr. Atme.
Objection.
No. Oh no. This gotta be the 11th cup, right? The hammer that strikes too fast has no time to aim. Well, what do you mean? I've already prepared to deliver my ruling. Allow me to say one thing. I will be the one to judge. You don't get much more in your face than that. It appears that your claws weren't quite sharp enough, Mr. Trey. Well, what do you... It's true that you've proven a lot of things. Things like Luke Atme was a filthy blackmailer, and that he wasn't at Lordly Taylor the night of the murder. That's right. That's why he's the one who killed Mr. But... there's still one thing you have yet to prove. Probably the murder weapon, right? What's that? Just because he wasn't at the warehouse doesn't mean he was at the murder scene. True. He's got a point. Therefore, you can't prove that this pitiful excuse for a man was at KB security. Then I don't see how a verdict can be delivered. No way. He's right. Unfortunately, he's right. Order in the court. Well, Mr. Wright, this is it. This is the final round. I've got to prove that... Dude, I'm at 1 HP. I've got to prove that Atme was at Mr. Bullard's office on that night. But, can you really prove that? That's long enough, Mr. Trite. I want to hear your answer. That night, Luke Atme was at KB Security, and the defense can prove it. I mean, what else am I gonna do, right? The defense can prove it with evidence. Are you sure? Don't you worry, I'll watch over you as you break down and fall to pieces. Very well, then let's see this proof. Proof that Luke Atme was at KB Security that night.
Probably this brooch, right? He probably got it off. Yeah. He got it off because he saw it on Ron Delight's outfit. And he's like, he looked at it. He went, oh fuck, oh shit. I didn't realize that was part of the outfit. He took it off him. And then he went back to the museum. And then that's when he saw, like, the statue. I was like, oh, what the fuck, man? I gotta move this shit and everything. And then that's when he also planted the brooch. Because obviously he went back to do, like, to tamper the evidence or whatever. Like, with the sword and the bending. So it's gotta be this, right? It's gotta be. This is the proof. It's true. That is very important. However, I'm not... What? That was... Okay, fuck you. The flavor of my special Godot blend number 49. Well, Mr. Wright? It's bitter. Very bitter. What? Bro, I feel like that was perfect. How is it not the brooch? What else could it be? What? Bro, I feel like that was perfect. Not that. Not that. Not that. Not that. Not that. Nope. Probably not. Probably not. Nope. Apparently not. No. No. No fingerprints on it. Not really good evidence, I think. The list, buzzer record, testimony, blah 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 blah. Man, can I really not prove it? I mean, my next... probably the statue? Proof that Luke Atme was at KB Security. Well, then it would have to be something at KB Security, actually. Probably the buzzer? Because kind of like, well, then who the fuck pressed the button, right? Oh, I guess I would just use the buzzer record. Because we established that there's a third guy. Right? Let me try the buzzer itself. And then after that, I'm gonna pick can't prove it. And see if that does anything. Because this might be a trap. Okay, let's say no. Because even me trying to think, it's kind of hard to prove it.
Objection!
I think it's time for this witness to return to his own trial and face his guilty verdict as Mousy Musket. No. Well now, Sir Lawyer, it seems that love wins out with the full force of my ace detectiveness. So then I lose. It'll be too late. Yeah, because this guy will already be handed the verdict. Double jeopardy, one of the basic rules of court of law. Yeah, he can't be charged twice. Should a defendant be tried and found innocent in court, that defendant cannot be tried again for the same crime. This is a fundamental rule of all courts, and applies to this witness as much as it applies to anyone else. Mr. Admin will be found guilty in matters of minutes. Guilty as masque, which means he will be innocent as far as the murder of Kane Bullard is concerned. No way. The fact is that you were unable to prove Admi's guilt of crime here means that you will never be tried as Kane Bullard's murderer again. Oh, wow. So then I lost. But this was pretty long. Like, even if Ron proclaimed is innocent, the real killer, Luke Admi, will go free. If cross-examined the witness, no more testimony, or declare any objections. This might be part of it. It's going on for a while. We haven't heard Mia yet. Then I hereby end the cross-examination of Luke Admi.
Objection!
Who said that? I think I see it. Your Honor, when you were a child, this is what you, on your report card, said every year. Has poor hearing and often makes mistakes as a result. How did you... Phoenix, raise your... Have you forgotten what I used to tell you? A lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets. Oh, hold on, someone's texting me. I can't today, sorry. Someone's trying to make me take their shift. A lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets. That voice. No way. Oh my god. Long time no see, Phoenix. Mia! This is the true power of the Kurain channeling technique. I know that it's really Maya who's standing before me, but right now she's my mentor, Mia Fey. Now, let's do this. But there's nothing we can do, Mia. Without any more testimony, I can't cross-examine. Not yet. The testimony's not over yet. What do you mean? Your Honor, just now you said something very interesting. You have cross-examined every statement the witness has made here today. Yes, that's true, but... Unfortunately, Your Honor, you're forgetting something. Earlier, after the last cross-examination, this witness made a number of remarks. Well now, Sir Lawyer, it seems that love wins out in the end after all. Love. I'm the ace detective, as well as Mask de Masque. My verdict will verify that. See, he's like admitting to the blackmail? Just as Ron Delight's will verify that he is the true murderer. So how does he know that he's the true murderer? I declare that with the full force of my ace detectiveness. So he's gonna testify how Ron murdered. I see. Yes, but these comments appear to have no importance whatsoever. Very well, then we shall prove their importance via cross-examination. At any rate, as long as the witness has made these remarks, we the defense assert our right to question them. Is that alright with you, prosecutor? Is something the matter, Mr. Godot?
Nothing. Oh, Sir Lawyer, looks like you're one step too late. If you think such falsehood will do anything to me, look at... Let's hear it. Huh? It's true that the witness made some... remarks. So then, let's hear this last bit of cross-examination. But, Mr. Godot, what are you... Very well then, look at me. I'm going to allow the defense to cross-examine your earlier remarks. The defense would like to hear why you declared the defendant to be the true murderer. So please give us one last bit of testimony. Phoenix, this is it. This is our absolute last chance. Yes, Chief. Indeed, it's true that I was not at Lordly Taylor. I had to leave to see about another vitally important job request. I had known about the date beforehand, so I had this photograph ready. My brilliant deduction was what informed me that the true culprit was Ron Delight. And thanks to the keycard and wallet, it was abundantly clear that he was there. I was also able to make a deduction from the buzzer, which only sounded once. You knew about that? The button didn't have any fingerprints on it. Why? The victim would have left prints if he sounded it, which means the killer sounded it. Mr. Delight was wearing his Masque de Masque outfit, which is why he left no prints. But he didn't say that until the testimony today. Everyone thought he showed up in his casual clothes. Even I thought he showed up in his casual clothes. And the blackmail letter? The victim likely just mistook the color of the jewel. Right. Zavari! Therefore, all the evidence points to that poor boy. There's a lot of things wrong with that, I'm not gonna lie. This testimony actually seems to hold up pretty well. Not really. The witness's earlier remarks do not appear to have been hastily prepared. All of his points have been explained, and none of them seem to contradict anything. But of course... But how did you know about the emergency buzzer? The police investigation documents went directly through me, and I always look over all the documents. It's elementary, Sir Lawyer. How do you know about the outfit, though? Are you going to make even more trouble for us now, Sir Lawyer? I will not allow any of your usual shenanigans, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. We cannot postpone Luke Atmey's trial any longer. This is your last chance. Hang on a second. Just one chance? It seems that the party's about to begin. Well, Phoenix, there isn't any evidence that contradicts with that testimony. So it would seem. What do you mean, so it would seem? You're supposed to tell me what to do. Listen, Phoenix, pointing out contradictions doesn't always mean you have to present evidence, does it? At any rate, this is our last chance. If you can't point out a case-breaking contradiction, you lose. That's all there is to it. That's gotta be like his 13th coffee cup. Oh, 17. Coffee, or cup number 17. The last cup. It seems like the last time has... Wait. It seems like the time has come to put an end to this trial. I get to find a fatal contradiction in this testimony, and I need to point it out without presenting evidence. Which means all I can do is to press. I only get one chance to press? Damn. So what part did I find suspicious? Holy shit, and there's like 12 blocks of text. Indeed, it is true that I was not at Lordly Taylor. I had to leave... Oh, wait, no, oh, I know what to press. What I was talking about earlier. Mr. Delight was wearing his Masque de Masque outfit, which is why he left no prints. How did you know that? Everyone thought he was wearing his casual clothes until he testified earlier, which he wasn't even here to hear the testimony. Almost a testification. Mr. Admi, about this last remark.
Objection!
You still don't get it, do you, Trite? This isn't the time to be pressing the witness on every little statement. I'm afraid you're the one who still doesn't get it, Mr. Godot. What? Mr. Admi, it seems you have finally admitted that you were in the CEO's office on the night of the murder. How can you say that? Let's review your testimony, shall we, Mr. Admi? The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? Mr. Delight was wearing his masked Damaske outfit, is that correct? Indeed, that's what I said. My deductions are absolutely foolproof. More like your deductions prove that you're a fool. I'm sorry? Whatever do you mean? For some reason, I'm starting to get really thirsty. When exactly did we learn the fact that Ron Delight was dressed as Masked Damaske when he went to the scene of the crime? But that was, it was just a few hours ago. Back when my sixth cup was looking at me with a cold stare. Huh? Oh, did I forget to mention it before? I'm sorry, I just never had a chance to mention it until now. That's right, the defendant had yet to tell anyone else this fact before this morning. Therefore, the only person who should have known this are those that have been watching this trial. Do you understand now, Detective Atney? There is no way that you should have known about that. Desk slam. You were in the next courtroom being tried as Masked Damaske. So then, enlighten us. How did you know about this piece of information?
Objection!
Come on, this detective must have known about it. He probably had plenty of chances to find out beforehand. And it's those chances that I want to discuss next. That night, Mr. Delight was wearing his Masked Damaske outfit. There is one, and only one way, for Detective Admi to have found that out. Only one? One way, you say? Please recall, if you will, Mr. Delight's testimony. When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there. For a second, my client witnessed the real killer.
Objection!
But Mr. Delight never saw his attacker, so there's no way to tell whether or not the real killer was Luke Atney.
Objection!
It's with that statement that I'll turn this case on its head. Just what are you implying? Mr. Delight saw the real killer, correct? Now, if you turn that statement around... The killer saw the real Mr. Delight? It stands to reason that the real killer had also seen Ron Delight. Yeah. Impossible. Detective Atney, you saw Masked Damaske at the murder scene that night. You saw him when you killed Kane Bullard and assaulted Ron Delight, and that was the only way you could have known what Ron was wearing. Oh shit, what's going on? Take a good look, everyone! Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one myself! Here I am, the tragic clown! That's the same line you gave yesterday. But I think there's a little more meaning behind it this time. What an awfully complicated incident. True. Kane Bullard was blackmailing Luke Atney, who was in turn blackmailing Ron Delight. And upon killing his blackmailer, Luke Atney tried to frame Ron Delight. Then he claimed to be guilty as Masked Damaske in order to escape his true crime. And to end that, he came up with this plan to use the double jeopardy rule when making his alibi. Holy dude, my brain is actually spinning. At any rate, it would seem we finally found the truth. Excuse me. I came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man. Besmirching him with the title of murderer. Don't ignore me! Oh, I didn't realize you were there. Why wouldn't he be?
About the verdict.
I know. You never committed any murder.
That's right. I'm so glad you understand that, but I really am Master Maske.
Huh?
So, thanks to that trial yesterday, I'm innocent now, right? What was it that you said? Double jeopardy?
Now that you mention it, I've been careless. Careless? What do you think, Mia? As the defendant says, the rule of double jeopardy is absolute. A defendant can never be tried twice for a crime in which he was found innocent one. Then, Master Maske is really innocent? It would seem so. For now. For now, yeah, until he steals another thing. Now then, this court finds the defendant not guilty. Yes! Yippee! That was a pretty good case.
Boy, this is really lucky. Wait, this isn't so good after all. You see, the thing is, I still am Master Maske after all.
My god.
You did it, Phoenix.
Thanks, Mia. It's been a long time, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's
because Maya doesn't call on me much these days. Oh?
I'm just joking, Phoenix.
Don't take everything so seriously. But on the other hand, Maya, she seems kind of torn these days. You mean about becoming the master of the current channeling school? Becoming the master means saying goodbye to our mother, Misty Faye, right? Watch over her, will you, Phoenix? Of course. Well then, see you around.
Mr. Wright, I don't know what to say.
Congratulations, Mr. Delight.
Thank you so much. No, wait. Nothing really matters anymore, though, now that all this has happened. Come on, just be happy already.
Maya.
You've been cleared of the murder charges and got off as Master Maske taboo. But in exchange, I lost everything.
Huh? What do you mean?
Stealing security information from KB's security, becoming Master Maske. I did it all for one reason. For her.
You mean your wife, Desiree?
She hates criminals more than anything.
Come to think of it, she was once held hostage by some robbers, wasn't she?
She always said how he hated sneaky criminals. I knew that, but once I got fired from KB Security and lost all the money I had, she wouldn't have any reason to stay with me. I thought she would leave me for sure.
So that's why you became Master Maske?
Yes, but it's all over now. A broken bowl can never be put back together. That's not true, right, Nick?
Sure.
Really? Can we go back to the way the things were?
How far back are we going?
You'll be fine, and Nick can prove it.
I can? I kind of wish you would check with me first. Mr. Delight, even if a bowl is broken, there's always a way to put it back together. Oh, fucking urn.
The sacred urn. Desi was the one who found this.
Desiree, your wife, she's always believed in you, Ron. That's why you'll be fine. You don't have to worry about anything.
Ah, there you are.
Miss Delight.
You did it, Ronnie. You're innocent. I'm so happy. Thank you. I appreciate that, but, I suppose you don't want anything more to do with me, do you? Ronnie, why didn't you talk to me about it? Talk to me what was going on? I had no idea you had quit KP Security. I never imagined that you really were the Master Maske either. Miss Delight, what are you going to do now that you know? You're not going to really leave him, are you? Come on, it's obvious, isn't it? How could I ever let a wonderful man like him get away? After all, my bike's really fast. So fast that there's no way he could ever get away.
Oh. But didn't you say that you hated criminals?
Oh, I only hate people who act all cowardly and sneaky. Like that detective.
I see.
My Ronnie went and declared his crimes before he committed them, like a man.
Okay. So it's like one of those things like, yeah, I'm a racist, but I have one friend, so I'm not entirely a racist.
I just love a man who's so chivalrous. Or I don't know how to pronounce it. Chivalrous? I knew I was right about you. Every day I spend with you is filled with thrills and excitement. Desi.
Desiree, you really do love Ron, don't you?
Nicky boy. Yes? I'm really glad I asked you to defend my Ronnie. Thank you so much. I'll never forget what you've done for us. Oh, well, just take care of yourself. You too, Nicky boy. Wait, she already said that. I can feel my face going red. Mr. Nick, Mystic Maya, congratulations! Talk about bad timing. Mr. Nick, how could you? With another man's wife in front of Mystic Maya. No, you've got... I'll never forgive you. Never, ever. And I'm dead. So just as the case came to a close, so did my conscience. Ron said a broken bowl can never be put back together, but I know that's not true. I mean, just look. That is one shitty-ass urn. Here's a perfect example of one that was put back together even better than before. Episode 2, The Stolen Turnabout, the end. Holy shit, that's gotta be the best case so far. Oh, is that a maid outfit on Maya? Oh my god. Alright, well, that's it for me for today. Or I guess for now, actually. I'm gonna go back online, or be back live later tonight when Pokemon Champs drops. Probably play a couple matches for a couple hours or something. Check it out. Whip out my troll team. Maybe stomp on some noobs that don't have Pokemon Home. It is what it is. Maybe we'll continue tomorrow. Maybe? It depends how, I guess, fun Pokemon Champions is. I don't know. I'm either going to be playing more of Phoenix Wright tomorrow or more Pokemon Champs tomorrow. I have no idea. But yeah, I'll be back on live later tonight. I think it's 8 p.m. Pacific for me. So I'll probably go live like 10 minutes before, 5 minutes before. Yeah, that's the plan. Alright. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And peace.